Welcome, everyone. Let's just get started. I don't have any announcements or anything. We'll just do what we've been doing. Again, just a little reminder, though, just always move with the flow of your own breath. I'll guide you through it. So begin by sitting up tall, both feet flat on the floor. Take the time to get centered, bringing yourself into the present moment. Hands rested on your lap or at your sides. And bring your attention to your breath. And don't try to control your breath. Just notice the flow of the breath as it is in this moment, both the inhalation and your exhalation. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then see if you can deepen your breath a little bit more. And some people like to place one hand on their lower belly, your opposite hand in the middle of your chest at your heart center. If you're comfortable, gently close your eyes. And on the next inhale, send that in-breath all the way down into your lower belly. Take a few breaths here. See if you can begin to notice the rise and fall of your belly with each breath. A lot of us tend to have shallow breathing, and we breathe from our chest. This is why I asked you to place your hands, one on your chest, one on your lower belly. It's easier for some people to notice. So I just want you to notice where you're feeling your own breath. Don't judge it. If you're a shallow breather and tend to breathe from your chest most of the time, it takes practice. Another way that you can gently begin to deepen your breath is as you're inhaling, in your own mind, count. So as you're inhaling, you start number 1. When you start inhaling, and you see what number you can get to when you notice the end of your inhale before the exhale begins. So it's going to be different for all of us. When you get that number before you deepen your breath, that's just your baseline, that's your starting point. And then with practice, you can continue practicing counting your breath and then see if you can breathe to a higher number, even if it's just one higher number. So again, it takes practice. The best benefit is if you practice this consistently. So even if you could try this just a few minutes each day, if you remember, don't judge yourself if you forget. We don't realize how important our breath is. So this is why I've been going over this with my classes. And it teaches us to be patient with ourselves. We don't want to judge ourselves. Again, it takes some getting used to. It may take some of us only a couple days. It may take some of us a couple weeks. Again, we're all different, so we don't want to judge ourselves. But again, it's a good practice to get into. When you're ready, you can just bring your hands back to your lap, and we'll get started on the stretches and the warm-up movements. Taking a breath here. On your next exhale, lower your right ear towards your right shoulder. Holding for a few breaths, notice what the stretch feels like on the left side of your neck. And if you begin to notice any tightness or tension, just stretch it out. Just hold it on this side for an extra breath or two. And then gently bring your head center. On the next exhale, lower your left ear towards your left shoulder. Same thing on this side. Hold for a few breaths. Notice, what the stretch feels like here. Bring your head back center. And then on the exhale, again, lower your chin towards your chest. As you're holding here, being aware of the stretch in the back of your neck. And gently bring your head back center. This time we'll bring our heads back a little. Just lift your chin up towards the sky, hold and breathe. Maybe you notice the stretch in your throat area. Relax your jaw to separate your upper teeth from your bottom teeth, releasing any tension you may be holding in the jawline. When you've had enough, again, just slowly bring your head back center. So I have you relax your jaw. A lot of times when we're overwhelmed or stressed, we tend to clench our jaw a lot. Some people grind their teeth during the night when we're sleeping, and then it affects and it ruins our teeth. So this is why I have you do this in every class. Just being aware of these simple things. Yoga can help us with a lot of different things. So we're going to begin our shoulder rolls. Inhale your shoulders up towards your ears and exhale them down. Going at your own pace with the flow of your own breath. So at the same time, you're being aware of the physical movement with the energy of your own breath. You know you're someone that holds a lot of stress or tension in your shoulders or your upper back. This is good to do to release some of that. Maybe doing a couple more. At some point, you want to stop, reverse direction, go in the opposite way. Balancing out the front and the back as we bring more circulation and energy to the shoulder joint. Good. And take your time with that. When you're ready, just relax your shoulders, taking a breath before we move on. I'm going to add a little bit more movement before we work our finger joints. So you're going to bring your arms and hands to your sides. On the inhale, lift your arms and hands just straight up in front of you. Exhale them back down. We're going to do a few. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale down. This time, lift your arms all the way up as far as you can. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale all the way up. On the exhale, bring your arms straight out in front of you. We'll begin to work the the finger joints. So exhale, make a fist with both hands. Thumbs get tucked into your fingers. Every inhale, you open the hands. Again, just going at your own pace. Focus and concentrate. See if you can become aware of the movement of every finger and even your thumb. Next time you make that fist with your hands, draw circles in the air, maybe a few in each direction just to get the blood flow going more in the wrist joint, maybe releasing tension we may be holding there. And again, take your time. If you notice tension, do a couple more. Then bring your hands back to your lap when you've had enough. Those of you that do come back center, just keep bringing your attention kindly back on your breath to stay in the present moment. We're going to do the same thing with our legs and feet. We're going to add a little bit movement first. When you're ready, inhale, lift your legs out in front of you. Exhale, bring your feet back to the floor. See if you can do a couple. Inhale, legs up. Exhale, down. Inhale, legs up. Exhale, down. This time on the inhale, lift your legs up. Keep them up there. Begin to point your toes forward and back. Notice where you're feeling the stretch. Again, when we begin to stretch in these simple ways, sometimes we begin to notice subtle areas of tightness that maybe we didn't notice before. So again, just do a few more. You want to work that out. And then you're going to just draw circles with your feet in the air, again, just to bring more circulation back to the ankle joints and the feet. Couple in each direction. Good. And just bring your feet back to the floor. Sitting up tall, we're going to work our spine, do our cat-cow. Make sure if you're in a chair with the back, that your back is not leaning against the back of the chair for this one. Hands on your lap. Every inhale, slowly lift your chin up towards the sky. Every exhale, lower your chin towards your chest as you round your back towards the back of the chair. Keep moving with the flow of your own breath. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, tuck your chin in, round your back. Now, as you're doing this, if you did not eat right before class, on the exhale, when you're tucking your chin in and rounding your back, I want you to gently press your belly button in towards your spine. This helps to work our core muscles, which are all the muscles in our abdomen. It helps to strengthen those muscles. Again, you're just doing it gently. And just be aware if you did eat something heavy before class, you don't want to do that. We need to give our body time to digest our food. So a lot of different things we can do in our practice, but it depends on what we do before we practice. Good. And this just brings a little bit of movement to the spine. When you're ready, again, you can just come back center, rest, take a deep breath or two here. And then side stretch. You can take that left hand, grab hold of the seat of the chair on that side for support. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale over, so you're stretching your right side. Hold if you can for a few breaths. Again, just notice what the stretch feels like on this side. Any tightness, hold it for an extra breath or two. Come back center. In your own time, go to the opposite side, inhaling left arm up. Exhale over. What does the stretch feel like on this side? Where do you feel the stretch? Being aware we're opening up space between each rib on the side we're stretching. Come back center. Good. Let's do angel breath, get a little bit more active here. So inhale, your arms and hands up. Exhale, twist gently to one side. You're just bringing your arms and hands to one side. Inhale, arms up again. This time, exhale, go to the opposite side. See if you can do a couple on each side. You're just moving with the flow of your own breath. At the same time, you're being aware of the physical movement. This is where yoga takes focus and concentration, but it keeps us in the present moment. This is how we practice safely. This is a very mindful practice. I've said that before. I always add mindfulness into our practice. And then next time your arms and hands come up, bring the palms of your hands together and then slowly exhale your hands until they reach the front of your heart center. Maybe you could, if you want, you could set an intention for the rest of your practice today. It could be something simple. Maybe you had a stressful weekend, or maybe the morning was you were busy and you just need to rest or find peace, joy, whatever it is. You're just setting an intention for the rest of your practice and maybe carrying that out throughout the rest of your day. And then bring your hands back to your lap. Good. Let's do a twist. So again, two different ways you can do it, depending on what kind of a chair you're sitting in. If you are sitting in a chair that has arms, just keep your feet where they are. You're going to inhale, slightly lift the top of your head up. just to lengthen your spine. And then exhale and twist gently to one side. So you're just twisting from your hips, you're turning your head in the same direction. So hold here for a few breaths, if this is the version you want to hold. Or if you want a deeper twist, you can shift your whole feet or your whole body. So you're sitting sideways in the chair. Take your time getting there. Again, inhale, lengthen your spine first, then exhale. Gently twist towards the back of the chair, placing your hands on the back just for support. As you're holding, bring your attention back to your breath. Make sure your breath is smooth. So if you're not breathing comfortably, you're too deep into the twist. Shift a little bit back towards the center. As you're holding, the thoughts and feelings are going to arise in the mind. Don't get attached to them. Practice letting them go. When you notice them, bring your attention back to your breath. Breathe out. And let those thoughts flow out into the room. If that's difficult, use a mantra. You just say a word, a couple words to yourself. It's a little bit of a meditation. Again, the one I use is Om Shanti. It just means peace. If that resonates with you, you just repeat that to yourself a few times. When you're ready, again, listen to your own body. If you've had enough, begin to come back center. And then begin to shift your feet, coming out of the pose with awareness as well as you shift. Shift to the opposite side. Whatever version you did on the first one and held longer, do that same version. And inhale, lengthen your spine, then exhale and twist. Notice what this side feels like as you're holding. When we begin to notice the thoughts and feelings arising in the mind, we just acknowledge them with our awareness. And then again, just kindly bring your attention back to your breath. Let them go on each out breath into the room. Let them go. Or go back to your mantra. When you've had enough on this side, again, take your time, begin to come back center and being aware of the movement of even getting out of the pose. And when we constantly become aware or stay aware of our breath in our body, we're keeping ourselves in the present moment. So taking a breath or two here. And then bring the palms of your hands together in front of your heart center again. Inhale, hands straight up. Exhale your hands back to your heart center. On an inhale, open your arms to your sides, opening up the front of the body. Be aware of that. Exhale, palms back together. Inhale, hands up. Exhale to heart. Inhale, open. Exhale, palms together. One more. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, open. Exhale, palms together, and then rest your hands. And I notice you're all going at your own pace. That's awesome. That's what I want to see. So again, you're just moving with the flow of your own breath, even though we're doing the same thing together. Well, especially when we're in person in a group. Again, we're just listening to your own body. We do the same thing, but it looks different and feels different on all of us. And that's the awesome thing about yoga. So let's do mirror on hand. We're going to alternate sides. A lot of movement to this one. Inhale, right hand up at eye level. Palm of the hand faces away from you. Exhale that hand on top of your left shoulder. You can turn your head in the same direction. On the inhale, lift that hand off your shoulder. You're just gently twisting towards your right side. You follow that hand with your eyes, so your head turns in the same direction as your hand. On the exhale, bring that hand back center. Other side, inhale, left hand up. Exhale to right shoulder. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, center. One more time on each side. Again, be aware of every movement you're making. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, the left shoulder. Inhale, twist to the right. Exhale, center. Last time. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale to right shoulder. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, center. Good. When you're ready, take your time getting into your temple pose. You're going to start by spreading your feet wide. Again, comfortable distance for you. Back is straight. Make sure you're not slouching. You're going to start by interlacing your fingers in front of you. Turn your palms out away. You can keep your arms here to stretch them out, straight out in front of you. Or if you can, and you don't want to force it, you can lift your arms all the way up, palms face the sky. When you get there, notice where you're feeling the stretch. Probably either your arms or the sides of your body, and being aware. Press both feet gently into the floor, strengthening your leg muscles. If you want to do a side stretch, add a little bit of movement. Just go from side to side. And just slowly, gently, just stretching each side again a little bit. Or again, you can just hold still. And then again, when you're ready, if your arms get tired, just come back center with your head and torso. Release your hands. Bring your arms and hands to the sides of your head. It looks like goalpost arms. If you did set an intention for your practice and your day today, come back and rest with that intention again. Otherwise, just keep your attention on your breath, both the inhale and the exhale. You're resting in your own being, your own higher self, just beyond the mind, beyond the body. We're so much more than our thoughts in our physical form. Bring your hands back to your lap. Gently slide your feet back together. We'll get ready to do eagle pose. Again, just get into it at your own pace. Start by bringing that right ankle gently on top of your left ankle. Again, make sure your back is straight and you're not slouching. You're going to start with your arms in front of you like this, vertically. And either bring that left arm on top of your right arm across your chest. Hands fall on your shoulders, your upper arms, wherever they fall. So either staying here or bring your arms back vertically in front of you, and then bring the left elbow underneath the right elbow. Again, we all have different flexibilities, so your hands could be out away from each other. Some people bring the backs of the hands touching. If you're really flexible, if you've done this enough, you can wrap your wrists around each other, your palms are touching, but you don't want to force it. You hold where it's more comfortable for you. If you want to add a little bit of movement, you're just going to inhale, lift the arms slightly up towards the sky. Exhale, bend forward. So it brings a little bit more of a challenge to the pose when we add the movement. It also helps to stretch the back of our shoulders and our upper back. You may feel that when you inhale and lift your arms up, even just slightly. Move at the flow of your own breath in your own time. Next time you bring your head and torso back up center, gently release your arms, release your feet. We'll do that one more time on the opposite side. So do a couple shoulder rolls or shake out those arms, loosen up any tension that we may have created by doing it on that side. And again, if you don't want to add the movement, you can just stay still in the pose and keep your focus on your breath, or even say the mantra. So you're actually meditating as you hold the pose. What feels right for you, and you do that in that moment. This time, left ankle on top of the right ankle. And then either right arm on top of the left arm across your chest, if this is what you did the first time, or right elbow underneath the left elbow. Add the movement when you're ready to do so. Again, just inhale, lift the arms up slightly, exhale, bend forward. Being aware that you're holding a pose. We're not used to keeping our bodies in this position, right? And then you're adding the movement, be aware of the physical movement with the flow of your breath. Again, focus, concentration. Maybe one more time, but you come out of the pose when you've had enough. Again, just when your head and torso are all back up center, then release your arms and feet. And then we'll do our heart opener before we get ready to do the standing poses. So again, if you have a back to your chair, make sure your back is not leaning against that. Take the palms of your hands, place them on your lower back to support it. And this is a back bend, so we want to support the lower back. Inhale, lift your chin up towards the ceiling. See if you can hold this for a few breaths as you stretch your chest, the front of your shoulder joints. See if you can feel that stretch. Again, we're opening up our heart center, maybe breathing in love and compassion into your own heart. Good. And then slowly bring your head back center, release your hands. Take a resting breath or two here. And then as always, when you're ready, if you're going to do the standing poses, take your time beginning to stand for those. Make sure you have enough room. I'm going to just come up and shift my screen a little bit again. And again, you can stay directly behind the chair. I just like to stand next to the chair, so hopefully you can see my feet and legs. I know most of you really know what we do, but again, I'd rather see the person in front of me. I just can't always tell with my computer. So stand tall in mountain pose if you're standing. If you're still sitting, just make sure you're sitting up tall. Be aware of the support of the earth underneath your feet. Arms and hands rested at your sides. Find a focus point in front of you. Take a breath or two here, just grounding or centering ourselves. We're going to get into tree pose. So you want to build your tree at your own pace, even though I'm guiding you. We'll start with the left side. Begin to shift your weight to your left foot and leg. Turn your right knee out to the side. Again, you can place that right heel gently against the inside of your left ankle. Your toes can stay on the floor. So this will help you to balance. And even though you're standing on that left leg, keep that knee slightly bent. You want to protect your knee joint. Notice how balanced you feel here. And when you're ready, if you're ready, begin to grow your tree on this side. We inhale the arms up. So if you're not feeling that balanced when you get there, you could try different things. Sometimes when we bring our arms down to our sides like this, again, goalpost arms, that may help us to balance. We're all different, so I always suggest you play around in the pose and then hold where you feel more balanced. This is how we get to know our bodies. Good. If you want, you can add a little bit of movement. Some people like to just maybe take each hand and arm and just stretch it, reaching for the ceiling. I usually like to say stars, but if you can visualize, I always envision the sky. It helps to calm me. And then slowly come out of the pose. So exhale the arms back to your sides. Release that right leg. Before we go to the other side, just bend, straighten your knees. Again, just loosen up that left side a little bit. So another reason why we keep that knee bent that we're standing on is because we want to work and strengthen the leg muscles. If we lock the knee joint, we will not be working the muscles in the leg. So again, just be aware of that. So now, again, at your own pace, in your own time, build your tree on the right side. Find a focus point in front of you. Begin to shift your weight to your right foot and leg as you turn your left knee out to the side this time. When you get there again, just be aware of how balanced you feel here. So you're pausing between each movement. It will help to center and balance you. When you're ready, inhale the arms up, tree on this side. What does this side feel like? So give yourself time to hold. It may feel different than when we did tree on the opposite side. It might feel the same, right? And just paying attention. Where are you feeling the stretch? Good. Maybe for another breath or two. Again, when you're ready to come out of it, see if you can slowly exhale, bring the arms back to your sides, release that left knee. Take the time to loosen up the right leg and hip now. So again, bending, straighten your knees. We can also do that gentle twist. I like to spread my feet just a little bit wider apart and then just gently swing your arms from side to side, making sure you lift your opposite heel off the floor to protect your knee joints going into the twist. Good. And then coming back, standing tall in your mountain pose. Get ready to do warrior one. Be aware of your surroundings. You're going to step straight back with your right foot. So your right toes still face the front of your body in a comfortable position. They can be turned out towards the side of your body a little bit. You're going to bend that left knee, keep it over your left ankle. Both your hips are facing forward, so hips are squared. Try to keep your weight evenly on both feet. Might help you to balance. If and when you're ready, inhale, lift your arms up. As we're holding warrior one on this side, where are you feeling the stretch? Where are you feeling tension in your body as you hold here? Breathe in healing energy into that area of tension. Exhale. Practice letting go. So releasing some of that tension with each out breath. Let it go. Use the out breath and just move it out into the room. Hopefully it helps to soften some of that tension. From here, slowly going into warrior two, you're slowly going to begin to turn your hips and your upper body towards your right side. Take your time. You can shift that right foot a little bit. I always usually have to shift my toes out, facing behind me a little bit to get more comfortable. And then bring your arms parallel to the floor and turn your head so you're looking out over your left knee. So whatever knee is bent, that's the hand you want to be looking out over for warrior two. Try to keep your shoulders and arms a little bit loose and relaxed, even though you're holding them in the air. Otherwise, we'll be causing more tension in those areas. From here, going into triangle pose, you can bring that left hand to the back of the chair if you're standing directly behind it, or place that left hand on the outside of your left leg. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale over, stretch your right side as you hold triangle pose on this side. Slowly lift your head and torso back center, bringing arms back parallel to the floor, taking a breath or two in warrior two, one more time. And then you can slowly release the arms to your sides. Turn your left toes facing the same way as your right toes, and gently come back into standing in mountain pose. We'll do all that on the opposite side. So again, starting with warrior One, first just take a deep breath or two here to center yourself. This time we're going to step straight back with our left foot. And again, both your hips are facing forward. Bend that right knee over your right ankle. Try to keep your weight evenly on both feet and to help you balance. And when you're ready, go deeper into the pose. Inhale, arms up. As you're holding warrior one on this side, again, where are you now feeling any kind of tension? Breathe in healing energy into those areas. Good. Slowly transitioning into your warrior two, begin to slowly turn your hips and upper body towards your left side. Then bring your arms parallel to the floor. And then you can turn your head looking out over your right hand. Watch that right knee. Again, bring it back over that right ankle for right placement. Keeping the arms and shoulders a little bit relaxed and loose, even though they're in the air. Good. Taking a breath or two here. Where are you feeling the stretch here? And then transitioning into triangle. So this time, right hand on the back of the chair or your right leg. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale over. So now you're stretching your left side in triangle pose. Taking a breath or two here. Slowly lift your head and torso back. Center, arms back parallel to the floor. Taking a breath or two, holding warrior two one more time. And then bring the arms back to your sides. Gently slide those right toes facing the same way as your left toes. And then you can gently come back into your mountain pose, standing tall. So I forgot this when we started. We're going to massage the bottoms of our feet. I don't want to forget to bring positive attention and energy to our feet. So when you're ready, just inhale up on your toes and exhale to your heels, going back and forth at your own pace as you massage the bottoms of your feet. Notice that when we do this, we're stretching the toes and we're stretching the ankles. Good. Again, when you're ready, you can just come back standing tall in your mountain pose, taking a breath or two there. And just notice, without judgment, how you feel in the moment. Scan your body from head to toe. Be aware of any areas you still might be feeling tension or tightness. Take the time now to just loosen up the physical body, get rid of some of that tension. Whether it's your shoulders, do some shoulder rolls. You can do that simple twist again if that felt good to you, swinging your arms from side to side. You just want to begin to relax, let go of any tightness and tension that we may have created by holding those poses. And then we'll come back into the chair and get ready for meditation. So again, take your time before you come back sitting in the chair. And while you do that, I'm just going to come forward again so I'm closer when I do the guided meditation with you. We are going to do a forward bend first as they help us to begin to look inward. And then we'll do the guided meditation. When you're ready, inhale both your arms and hands up. Exhale, begin to bend forward. And as you're holding your forward bend, you're not comfortable where you're at. Make an adjustment. You may be more comfortable if you lift your head and torso up a little bit. Rest your forearms on your lap instead. So hold where it's more comfortable for you. Again, you just want to make sure you're breathing comfortably. Our breath is just another form of energy. So if it's If we're in a pose, and especially forward bends, we're closing off the front of the body. It might be a little bit more difficult to breathe. That's why you want to lift up a little bit. Our breath is very important because it is a form of energy. If we're uncomfortable breathing, then we're going to be causing blockages in our energy. And then that helps to cause tightness and tension in the physical body. Mind, breath, and body are all connected. So just be aware of that. Take 1 or 2 more deep breaths. And then begin to slowly lift yourself up. Lift your head up last, being aware that we just held our head below our heart. So you want to come up slowly. Again, especially in the summertime when it's warm and when it's humid, we tend to get lightheaded or dizzy. A lot of people are sensitive to the heat, so especially with the forward bends, even if we're standing, doing something, pick something up off the floor in our daily lives, kind of be mindful and aware of that. You want to come up slowly so you don't get a head rush, and then you make yourself lightheaded or dizzy. So take the time now to get into a comfortable position for the guided meditation. Make sure you're sitting up tall, both feet flat on the floor. Again, just make sure you're not slouching. We tend to slouch, but we don't realize it. So again, on the inhale, when you're ready, just lift the top of your head slightly up. You can rest your back against the back of the chair for support. Hands resting comfortably on your lap or at your sides. And either close your eyes, or if you want to keep your eyes open, just try to have a soft gaze on the floor in front of you. And it's a couple or a few feet in front of you. That helps us to partially close our eyes, and it helps to relax us a little bit more, even if we keep our eyes open. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. And then begin by bringing your attention to your feet. I feel my feet. I relax my feet. Release. I feel my legs. I relax my legs. Release. I feel. Relax my hips. Release. I feel my belly. I relax my belly. Release. I feel my chest. I relax my chest. Release. I feel my shoulders. I relax my shoulders. Release. I feel my arms. I relax my arms. Release. I feel my back, my lower back, middle back, upper back. I relax my back. Release. I feel my neck. I relax my neck. Release. I feel my head. I relax my head. Release. I feel my face. I relax my face. Release. Very slowly begin to become aware of your breath again. Begin to notice when you're inhaling and exhaling. Notice the flow of the breath as it is right now. And then maybe taking a deep inhale again, all the way down into your lower belly, filling the core area with life force energy. Bringing our attention back to the physical level. Being aware that we're practicing together in this moment. Taking your time. And begin to bring just a little bit of movement back to your hands, into your feet. Maybe wiggling the toes and the fingers. And taking the time when you're ready, but do it on an inhale. You're going to begin to slowly lift both arms and hands all the way up as far as you can. Give yourself one last deep stretch. So whatever that is for you. And we're just bringing more energy back to the physical level, becoming more present. You want to do it gently and slowly after you just meditated and relaxed. Good. You want to lift your legs and feet, lift them up, give them one more stretch. Rotating the hands and feet again will just help bring circulation back to all the joints. So doing that if that feels good. Good. Whatever stretch or movement you need to do, do it now. This is your chance. Good. Take your time coming back center. And then again, before we end, I'm just going to read you. These are just meditations to heal your life. Again, the author is Louise Hay. She was a big metaphysical practitioner. And I studied metaphysics actually before I did my yoga teacher training. Yoga is actually a metaphysical practice. Metaphysics is all about the energy. So meta, the first part of that word, just means beyond body. So it's beyond the body and mind. It was very interesting. So this one is titled Home. I am at home in my own heart. I take my heart with me wherever I live. As I begin to love myself, I find myself providing a safe and comfortable home for myself. I begin to feel at home in my own body. My home is a reflection of my mind and what I feel I am worthy of. If my home is a disaster zone and I feel overwhelmed, then I begin to clean in one corner of one of the rooms. And then just like my mind, I begin with changing one thought at a time. Eventually, the entire place will be tidy. As I work, I remind myself that I'm also clearing the rooms of my mind. My heart is my home. My inner home and my outer home are places of beauty and tranquility. So if any part of that resonated with you, could be just a word, maybe a sentence, maybe none of it, that's okay, don't judge it. Just take a couple of breaths now and just let that sink in. Good. one last time on an inhalation, bring your arms and hands all the way up, bringing the palms of your hands together above your head. Slowly exhale your hands back until they reach the front of your heart center. It's going to remind you, again, if you set that intention in the beginning of class, come back to that intention and just rest there for a breath or two. Try to bring that intention out with you for the rest of your day. This is how we bring our benefits of our yoga practice out to our daily lives. Namaste. Again, as always, thank you for practicing with me today. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the clap. I'm glad, again, that